What is up, my diggity dogs?
Oh! We haven't seen y'all in so long.
It's been a couple weeks. I haven't even had a sip of alcohol.
I think it's been like a month plus, and I'm getting stuck on something.
What are you getting stuck on?
The first thing that comes to my mind is when Elon Musk went to the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Yeah. To me, this is a monumental moment because, you know, I'm kind of a Trump fan. I'm a Trump fan, and I'm an Elon Musk fan.
Yes.
And even though, like, well, I guess it was a couple months ago when Elon Musk endorsed President Trump, I think it was right after he got.
They said it,
yeah, like right after the assassination attempt. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. And he actually showed up in the same, I don't know if it's the same venue, but the same city.
Place.
And wow, that takes a lot of balls, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
And even Musk went there too. And even for the people to be there. I mean, there's some people that, you know, there was a...
people got shot behind him.
Yeah, and died.
Yep.
One of them, the firefighter guy passed away. So anyway, so...
I just, if you haven't seen them, I don't know how, the memes coming from the vice presidential debate are awesome.
Oh, they're funny. I mean, I've seen I like the J.D. Vance, like, side eye.
Like he's a character from The Office, like...
Yeah.
Like that.
Bro wears eyeliner though.
I think so.
Bro wears I think because his wife is Indian. And I think that's a thing.
Maybe, yeah. He's got them big old lashes.
I mean, I'm not, hey, whatever.
Big old, and then those pictures of, what's his name, Waltz going, he just looks sad. I don't know what the context was, so don't kill me if it was something about something actually depressing. But
no, it was,
I'd hate if it was something bad happened.
It more than likely was when he got caught with the Tiananmen Square thing. He said he was there in China when the Tiananmen Square was going on. People were like, dude, no. They called him out on that shit. He was
Tank Man. He was Tank Man.
He was actually Tank Man.
Tim Waltz.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, Kamala and Waltz just came out today and said how much they love the new immigration program, which is not a program. They just let anybody in and then they'll house them. And we don't have enough money for the hurricane victims.
Oh, $750 one-time check. That's all you need for getting your house demolished.
Well,
or if you live in Hawaii in your whole entire state, your whole entire state burns down. Oh, here's a check for $700.
Yeah,
it's giving me flashbacks to Maui burning down to the ground. Fuck. You remember that?
Yeah. There's a conspiracy going around that the reason why this hurricane was sort of directed and enhanced by weapon technology or weather weapon technology, which I do believe in. HARP is a real thing, and I don't know, but something about lithium and all this kind of stuff, I don't necessarily buy in too much of that. I'm not saying it's not possible because I know that it is possible, but honestly, it wouldn't make it if you were the deep state. And this is the polarity of how, you know, I guess the right wing views the deep state. If you're the deep state, you want Kamala to win. Truthfully, this administration, with Kamala's a part of, the Biden-Kamala administration, after the storm and the failure of the government responding to the storm makes you look bad. So that's why I don't see why they would do that unless it was for other reasons that I don't know.
It's just because they'd rather send all the money to Israel and Ukraine than people here struggling.
No, yeah, I guess. What I'm talking about is I'm just talking about the deep state and why they would engage in weather warfare against America.
What I said kind of ties into it. I don't know about the weather thing, but like sending the money out there, they view as more valuable than helping us.
See, that too. I mean, that's terrible.
Exactly.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. If this was different, if we didn't have a foreign policy like we do now, and I was under some kind of natural disaster stress and I got a check from the government, I'd be thankful for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's in relative or in lieu of all the all the illegal immigrants getting welfare checks every week, getting housed for free, getting free dental, and getting driver's license so they can vote.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. See, that's what pisses people off. That dynamic. And anyway,
I saw something that some people thought was own. Have you seen that clip where Trump is at the grocery store giving people money? You haven't seen that? Okay, so he went to a grocery store. He gave like a speech or something. He was handing people money, and someone quote tweeted it saying, "This is election interference. Throw Trump in jail right now." And some guy responded like, "Yes, please try to indict Trump for buying a woman groceries. And
Yeah,
see what that does to fucking poll numbers, bro.
Please do.
See what that does to the poll numbers, bro.
They're trying to they try to drum up another something else on them again, and I can't remember what it was, but it's already flat again. Dude, they're so desperate, man. They couldn't kill the guy. He dodges fucking bullets.
The chosen one.
So Joker. Well, the Joker flopped. And, you know, as soon as I realized, actually you were the one that told me that it was a musical. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I don't like musicals. I'm not a musical guy. I do appreciate them for their value in entertainment and the cinematic world, but they're not my thing. They're just not my cup of tea. No. So, and I don't mind when directors try to do new things and experiment, and I'm like, okay, maybe it could be good. But a musical is a hard sell, one. Two...
That's why they hide it from you in promotional materials.
Yeah, why? But... So what
Even the Wonka movie that came out recently, that was a musical too, and they hid it on purpose from you, that it was a musical.
If they know a musical doesn't sell, but they want to still make one, that is fucking weird, man.
That's crazy.
They want to like trick you into liking musicals or some shit?
I guess.
We will brainwash you. You will like the musical.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very strange. But the musicals that do well are the ones that tell you they're a musical. They're like Les Miserables or whatever. That was a musical with Hugh Jackman. Yeah, thank you. And then there was another. Actually, Hugh Jackman was in a lot of there was a couple of them. You know, like Moulin Rouge, and there was another one that came out a long time ago. But I mean, you had a bunch of them. That there was one with oh god, what is his name? Every man's actor.
Every man's actor.
Barbie.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah. He was in a really good musical, and those do okay. But I think you should be upfront because people that like musicals want to see a musical. Yeah. You know, it's like romance, singing. You know, it's what's that? What's the famous musical that everyone loves? West Side Story. West Side Story. Yeah, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I think that's just really stupid. Like we're gonna trick people into liking musicals.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
I don't like it.
Lady Gaga's in it. Ooh yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you're on that extraction shooter train, you got to try that game, dog.
Which one? Oh, so
dude, that game is so. I was playing it earlier today before we had dinner.
Okay, well,
it's good.
Well, it's a single player extraction shooter.
Yes.
So it feels like, I mean, in a way, I know this is somewhat of a stretch, but not really. Like you play a game like Diablo, and there's randomized loot when you go to the dungeons.
Yeah.
When you die, all your shit goes everywhere. Now you can go and find it again.
That's one reason why I don't really like.
So I'm not saying Diablo is like an extraction shooter, but it has those elements.
But it's not quite like that. Okay. So you collect this resource called Witchfire that you use, but the loot is not random. You research the loot in your base.
Okay.
And by playing, you gain the loot.
Right,
so
okay.
It's really only an I really only say that because that one resource, but it's more like a...
Sorry.
It's more like a roguelike that kind of uses the same loop as an extraction shooter, but calling it an extraction shooter is really not accurate because the only thing you're at risk of losing is the resources, not necessarily the loot.
I gotcha. So it's more like, it's a roguelike, it's like a rogue extraction-like.
Yeah, a rogue extraction.
Something like that. Well, speaking of extraction shooters, the game that I've been waiting for a while is finally in Xbox beta testing.
Okay.
Off the Grid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's dude.
The Blumkamp one.
Yes. Yes. It's looking pretty strong, man. It is full crypto.
Yeah.
Everything you find, you own, and there's going to be an in-game marketplace, in-game currency, and you don't have to know anything about crypto, own an exchange, or it's all inside, the game.
I think that's what people are worried about. It's like, oh, I got to sign up to another account.
No, it's just that's what you have an Xbox account, you have your account on the game. It's all like what it does is pretty much makes you a wallet within that ecosystem, and you can take your coins and move them on the Avalanche blockchain. The one that I tell you, time to buy.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool because again, you own, like, think of
like CS:GO skins, but you actually own them outside of the game.
Right, like in CS:GO, guns and shit. Yeah, skins, I guess.
The skins, the knives, the gloves, shit like that.
But and that's cool, and people buy them, and you can sell them. Yeah. But just imagine that on a game, and then you can, again, those NFTs you can move from the game, and you don't have to sell them within the game system. You can sell them
for real.
Yeah, on those platforms that do sell NFTs, which is like OpenSea on Ethereum, and I think there's other NFT, stuff.
I say, why don't you make videos on that kind of thing, man? That might be fun for you to do.
I mean, I like it. I'm into it. I often thought about being a YouTube streamer for crypto.
Monetize your hobby.
Yeah, but you have to. Well, it's hard work, as you know. You're seeing how hard it is.
It can be time consuming.
You got to every day. You got to come out with a video, and those guys, you have to. When it comes to crypto, and this is like probably news too. I see it too in any news. You have to drum up, rehash subjects. You know what I mean? You have to keep it going. Like if nothing's going on for like 6 months in crypto, you have to like keep drumming the drum. You got to keep it going, man. And it's like, oh my God, do I want to do this? No, I think my brain would melt.
Well, but you could do a mix of news and then just you talking about projects you're interested in, all the details. Wow.
That's funny. I've yet to download Frostpunk 2. I think eventually I will. I put some money in the new finals season. I've been playing the shit out of that, and then Mechabellum is just, oh my God, that's such a time sapper, dude. Oh my God, that is such a, Jesus. And there's another game that came out that was an auto battler that I tried. Fuck, it doesn't even compare. I'm like, nah, it's called Vestiges. I tried it, it just didn't feel right. So like what they did was, it's very similar to Mechabellum where you set your guys up either horizontal or vertical, and you set your guys up and then you hit fight and they just fight, right? Opposing sides fight. But the problem with it is, like in Mechabellum, when you everyone has like your units have animations. And when you shoot, you hear the sounds and you hear the explosions. This game is just like, they just go. And there's no sound to the units. And they're all miniatures. Like they look like, like a miniature, like a Warhammer miniature or something like that. But they're a model, so they just move around. So there's no animation at all. I'm like, what the? So there's not, so it just goes, and you can't really, it's hard to understand what's happening. You can't see what attacks first, what attacks second, and it's not the same. Yeah, it don't feel good. So, well, I saw Megapolis. I've talked about it a couple of times, but
not on here.
I haven't talked about it.
It's funny when you came home and talked about, oh my God, this is the best shit I've ever seen.
I never said it like that,
bro. You were gushing.
No,
you're like, the libs can't even comprehend this shit.
No, that's
bro. That is
bro.
Yes, you came in and were, oh my God, people can't even understand.
This guy's hyperbolous.
I'm on this fucking wave. And then I talked to you the next day, and you're like, yeah, it's okay.
No, because
bro, the first time you talked to me about this movie,
you were drunk and you listened to me and you misinterpreted what.
No, you were gushing.
This is what I said. Okay, so this is get the public record straight here. I liked the movie. I feel like it was, if you look at it like a Shakespeare play turned into a movie, it would kind of make sense because it's very, the script is very Shakespeare-like or Shakespeare-light, It has some eloquent, intellectual dialogue that's not like Old English where you can't understand it. You have to like read it a couple times to figure out what they're saying or something. It's not like that, but no, it has a lot of good imagery, a lot of good symbolism in the movie. I feel like overall it's a unifying message in the movie. I feel like people are going to be talking about it for a while. I think it's definitely going to be a movie that's going to be looked back on and be like, yeah, this actually was a pretty decent movie. It definitely has, it doesn't, and I like Francis Coppola for this, he doesn't shy away from being, what's the word? Not direct, but raw. He doesn't shy away from being raw. There's a lot of raw sexual scenes in the movie. When I say raw, it's actually not a lot of nudity, just a lot of very lewd behavior.
Oh, also, I saw someone else talk about this movie. Is it true that there's a scene where one of the characters is supposed to be talking to an employee of the theater? Where like the movie shrinks down and he's talking to someone off screen?
No, there's a lot of third wall breaks in the movie.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Or fourth wall break. But apparently there's a scene in the movie.
I'd have to remember.
There's supposed to be an employee of the movie theater talking to one of the characters. So some people's theater did that and they saw this, and then some people's theater, the character was just talking to nobody. That's what I heard.
I remember
that is confirmed. That is a thing that's there's supposed to be an employee of the theater talking to the screen at one point. That is.
I remember that. They put it inside the movie how they were doing it. There's a lot of times where so there's this one time where the driver of that's funny. The driver of Adam Driver's character, Morpheus from Matrix,
Lawrence
Fishburne. Okay, his character is narrating the whole movie.
Okay,
but there's a couple of times where he's narrating, but then his dialogue and the narration sync together, and it's really cool to watch. And like it's almost like he's talking to himself as he's. There's stuff like that in the movie that's just nice. You can tell that Francis Coppola is really good at his craft and he knows what he's doing, because there's a lot of these, and I call them, and that's why I said third wall breaks, because they're not exactly a fourth wall break. That I just coined it third wall break because it doesn't really talk to the audience, but it actually. And there's a lot of cinematic neat things in the movie that he does, and I definitely appreciate it. I can't remember, like that was one of them.
I'm gonna turn that light on,
but definitely worth seeing. But Tenet was just, I couldn't understand what the fuck was happening, and there was a lot of movie critics that are really good at, like, I guess, writing scripts and stuff like that. They did a spoof on Christopher Nolan's dialogue, and they just did it was just two fanboys or a couple of fanboys did this, and they were showing how he gives no room for breath between, like, if I was to say a piece of dialogue and you were to say a piece of dialogue, it would cut to either of us, and it has no, like, there is no breathing room. It's like as soon as I get, like, literally the millisecond I get done, you're saying something, and the millisecond you get done, I'm saying something.
Okay.
Like, there's no organic, like right now where there's pauses and there's, like, we're looking at each other, getting social cues of who's going to say something next and shit like that. There's none of that shit.
No pauses.
It's ridiculous.
No breaks.
Yeah, no pauses, no breaks, and it's just like smashed together, and it feels very awkward and inorganic. And it's hard. It makes a movie hard to follow. And I swear to God, and I don't know why no one checks Christopher Nolan. I guess he's too big for britches, too big for his britches or some shit. Yeah, the britches are too big. I thought Oppenheimer, and this is a hot take, I thought Oppenheimer was a terrible movie.
Damn.
So fucking sorry, dude. It was so bad. Like, the time he was trying to get creative with the timelines. It was just ridiculous. There's so many jump cuts. The actors were good. The acting was great.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
The subject matter was cool. I appreciated all that, but the execution was just fucking garbage. I'm sorry. It wasn't garbage. It was fucking garbage. And I just don't know why all these cool cats can't call him out. It was just... I guess there's just, sometimes you get so artsy-fartsy, all the artsy-fartsy people don't want to, like, check you.
Yeah.
Because they want to feel cool because they like you. See, Francis Coppola used to be like that. But he's not cool anymore because he's not PC. But Christopher Nolan, he's neither or. So I guess he's kind of neutral. But he's definitely, I guess Francis Coppola wasn't really pro-cancel culture, so I guess he gets a bad rap. And, of course, I don't know. His image is a little different because he's old school, I suppose. But
I don't know. I didn't even know he was still alive until I heard about this movie coming out.
Yeah.
What was the last thing he put out before Megalobalabala?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I don't get it at all.
I don't get it either, bro. It's very alien to me. What the fuck is this? People love it, though.
Oh, did you like that Dragon's Milk beer? You didn't try
I liked it. I did try it. I liked it. It was almost too sweet. It was almost too sweet for me. And I'm going to say it, a little heavy for me.
Alcohol-wise, or like?
Not alcohol, just the thickness of the, And well, I think it might have more likely was the sweetness. And because you know what? I don't like Guinness beers. Even though I love coffee.
It's not a stout.
Well, it tastes like it. The thickness is like a stout, though. Kind of. It's like maybe a porter, maybe. I mean, this is the thickness. I know it's not a porter but it definitely has that thickness to it. And I kind of don't like that in a beer. I like you like me, I'm an amber guy. I love red beers. I love Bock beers. The thickest I like is the Hefeweizen. And that beer that we had, the best beer I've ever had, is called Devil's Advocate.
I can't remember what kind of beer it was.
It was like a Hefeweizen.
Was it?
That or a, whatever was similar, Belgian, whatever. I don't know. I thought it was a Hefeweizen. Anyway, it was orange. I like the orange beers. Yeah, those are my favorite.
Like a beer mosa?
No, I don't think. And that's kind of. I was thinking about mimosas the other day.
Yeah.
Because I went to a cafe in Destin, and they, I went for breakfast out there, and they sell mimosas there, and I was like, drinking in the morning and or early afternoon is a gateway to being an alcoholic. Like that, alcoholics always drink alcohol in the morning.
We have to once you get.
Yeah, I mean, so I just feel like that is a dangerous, slippery slope, man. I don't know, man. I was like, I wonder what the consensus is on that. Like, I wonder how many alcoholics. I'm sure all alcoholics that are true alcoholics are trying to recover have to drink in the morning.
Yeah.
But I also think that people who, I don't know, man. It's just like drinking in the morning is just like, well, you're gonna stop drinking? You're done? You gotta drive around all day. You got shit to do.
Yeah.
Like if you go, I guess when
if you're on vacation, fuck it, man. Have you a mimosa?
Yeah.
But if you're just like every day mixing up a Bloody Mary to get to work, that's rough. But if you're on vacation, you got a Uber waiting for you. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Have a
vacation.
mimosa, man. If you're on vacation, you're staying at the resort. You ain't driving nowhere.
I don't think I'd be able to. I don't think I'd like being drunk all day though.
Yeah,
I like being drunk for a
rough.
certain. I like being. I say drunk, but I like being buzzed. Like right now we're drinking. I like being buzzed for just like a couple hours and then slow down and just kind of relax. But I'm not a heavy drinker anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not because it actually kind of ran in my family. But yeah, like dad's dad, our grandfather, he was a drinker. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he was real bad, but he drank a lot.
Maybe for back in the day he was fine, but by today's standards, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think, I don't know. But, and then also my mom's dad was pretty rough, and my uncles were all my uncles were pretty bad on drinking. So, anyway. But yeah, I just love that picture when he's like jumping up like, yay! And then Trump is like, what, bro?
Yeah, that's the picture I saw. Like, hey, yo. My brother in Christ, you are scaring the hose.
He's scared. But you know what? This endorsement is a good thing, man. Because he's center. He brought a lot of techies with him. That were sort of center left, that weren't full-blown commies, but just doesn't know where they were at on the fence. Getting him and getting RFK was fucking huge. Super huge. So, I've met a lot of people who were on the fence about Trump. They weren't sure, but they liked RFK.
Yeah.
And
I love the stories RFK tells where he's like, so I saw someone run into a bear, so I cut its head off and put it in the trunk of my car.
Is that what he said?
Bro, he told this story about how, I think he said, I saw somebody run over a bear, so I put it in my truck. I'm like, okay, bro. Yeah, I saw somebody. They bring his daughter.
Is that for real?
That's for real from his mouth. This is not like.
I don't want to make fun of him because I know he's got a disease.
No, he legit said that. There's another one. I think it was his daughter telling about how he put like a whale's head in the. He like cut part of a whale
weird,
off.
Man.
He's crazy.
He likes to hunt, maybe, or something.
Well, he does like to hunt, but apparently. So anyway, with the bear thing, he saw someone run it over and put it in his car. And then
maybe he's being nice. He
had to go on a plane or something, so he put it in. It's in New York. It's that park in the middle of New York.
I hollowed it out and wore its skin. Yeah.
What is that park in the middle of New York?
Central Park.
Central Park. He put it
in the center of New York.
He said he put a bicycle next to it to make it look like someone hit it with a bicycle. There's more to this story.
Bro,
this is scope.
This is weird, bro. Going on. We've got to listen. The bear story. I mean, I like RFK. Don't get me wrong, but we got to call some shit out here.
It's like when someone's telling a story and they're trying to hide parts of it. Like, well, you see, I was just, doing this, and I was just on that part of town.
Yeah.
And she got into my passenger seat, and
she was already dead when she got in.
I thought she was asking for directions, and I think she overdosed. I don't know how she got there.
Yeah, she might have been dead before she got in the car.
I just put her in the trash can because I figured. I just put her in the dumpster because I figured it would be good for her to sleep there. Sleep it off.
Yeah, the trunk is very cozy.
It's like, okay, there's some nuggets of truth here, but there's also some fuckery going on.
Oh shit, RFK. Huh. I mean, they were doing all kinds. That family was doing all kinds of fun shit with Marilyn Monroe.
Bro. The Kennedys,
bro. I mean. We liked Kennedy. I liked Kennedy, anti-war.
I wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive either. But, he was cool. But, yeah, those guys were, they were...
You thought Diddy was bad.
I don't know if they were bad as Diddy.
Bro,
They're not Diddy.
If the internet and cameras and shit was around, the Kennedys were around.
I don't think they were... I think they just had really wild parties and put drugs up their butt and fucked each other. I don't think they had any pedophile shit going on.
Who knows, man? Well,
I don't know. I don't want to believe that.
Like the Beatles had songs like "She's Only 17."
That's a lot. Yeah. Well, that's
16. A lot.
Well, that's a lot of. I mean, a lot of rock stars.
That's what I'm saying. I think culture was different back then. Who knows?
Well, I mean, consensual age, I guess in the Western world, has always been 18. I think in some places...
It's still 16 around here in some places. I don't know about Florida, but in some places in the United States, it is 16 years old. That's the only reason why Dr. Disrespect didn't commit a crime.
Oh.
Because whatever state she was in, the age of consent was 16. And she was either 16 or 17.
Whoa, okay. Well...
Yeah.
Or... No. Thomas... No, I'm sorry. Benjamin Franklin. They found 50 dead bodies of babies under his.
That.
Dude, there's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like our founding father, there's some weird shit with that.
It's like you always heard the story in school. Oh, George Washington had wooden teeth. Isn't that silly? It was slave teeth and animal teeth.
Slave teeth?
It was slave and animal teeth.
So they actually slave donated teeth.
Yeah, we'll say
You're going to donate your teeth today, slave.
Let's say donated for YouTube. But yeah, so apparently the base was made out of lead and wood and springs and shit. But the teeth were animal and slave teeth.
Mixed together.
Well, different ones.
I mean,
sources, yeah.
Assortment.
An assortment, yeah.
Assortment of teeth,
yes, bro. That's how horrific of a world that shit was. Can you imagine running into someone and in their mouth there's a wood and lead box with springs between it with animal and other people's human teeth in their mouth, and that's how they ate food. That's how fucking horrific just 300 years ago.
Think of the bacteria and shit.
Yeah, that's rough. And that was the president. A dude with springs and dead people's teeth in his fucking head.
Dude, that's the real cyberpunk, bro.
Dude, I mean, if you think about it.
Fucking colonial punk. Fucking Jesus Christ.
That's how fucked shit was back then.
Colonial punk.
Colonial punk. Goddamn, dude. What?
We're out of rum. That's it.
I can't imagine working at a store like that, being all alone all night, just sitting there. Well, that's kind
of with all the alcohol.
Yeah, unattended liquor everywhere.
It's the alcohol isn't going to drink itself. I'd be all right because I'm not an alcoholic. So.
All night, alone.
Alone. Yeah, I got my video games.
Bro.
That's pretty sad.
What if someone tries to rob the place?
Well, luckily we're in a very safe neighborhood.
Right.
For the most part.
Right. But if I had a job like that, I'd be packing heat. I don't give a fuck what the store policy is. If I'm going to be sitting alone in a liquor store from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. or whatever the hell, I'm going to be strapped. Why is that those are the stores that we think of getting hit, liquor stores?
It just draws it. It's kind of like this, it's sort of like, law of attraction, dude. Casinos attract a certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? Liquor stores attract a certain... Now, I'm not saying...
But the guy robbing it's probably not a frequent customer, right? Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. I think the statistics on that is pretty high. That whatever place gets robbed, it's someone that's been there or a friend of someone's. It's very high. Whoever robs your house, statistics are someone at least knows somebody or has been in the house.
If you get murdered, chances are it's your girlfriend, husband, wife, brother, sister.
Somebody.
It's one of the inner circle. Yeah. It's not some stranger.
Statistics are
that guy you hate from work. No, it's your brother or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Yep. So, well.
All right.
Well, damn,
I think we did.
I think I
covered a good
squeezed
bit.
all the blood from the brick, man. I can't think of anything else.
Blood from the brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we hit a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Until next time, guys.
See you later.
Deuces.
Rum Dum out. Out.